we may be constrained by many aspects. We may be constrained because we don't have enough staff to send them to these Huduma Centres. But the CEO has said there is a way to sort that out. That we have our people who we can train as far as your services are concerned, and they can render those services in the Huduma Centres across the Republic of Kenya. Please know we need to help the president. President has been doing a lot of heavy lifting, serious heavy lifting for the past now 4 years. We need to help him to some extent. And we can only help him if these services we are talking about from your state, from your agencies are made available in Huduma Centres. It's also very important that any agency which has citizen-facing service, that service be available at Huduma Centres across the Republic of Kenya. So usije ukaraumu you don't have enough staff. We have provided a solution for that. So there should be no excuse whatsoever. Kunawaomba jameni, tushikane, twende pamoja, tuhakikishe kwamba hii maneno inafanyika vizuri, inafanyika kona yote. And also, we hold the key to making the face of government good or bad. And that's why it is important for any MDA, for any government institution which has citizen-facing services. These services should be available in the Huduma Centres. And not only available in Huduma Centres, they should be offered to the public in a customer-friendly manner, so that we can be able to serve the people of Kenya in accordance with the mandate that the president has been given by the people of Kenya for the period of 5 years. So, to me, this is an extremely important meeting, well-thought meeting, and I ask you, I request you, I beg you, I beseech you to do whatever it takes within your state department, within your agencies or state department or whatever the agency you are coming from, to ensure your services are made available to these Huduma Centres across the Republic of Kenya. I had an opportunity to go around the nation in very remote places, and we have many, I think over 70% of this country is very remote. The entire of Tana River, the entire of Wajir, of Garissa, of Mandera, Turkana, Samburu, Baringo, West Pokot and Pokot, and it is very, very remote places. So if we can be able to ensure that someone who is seeking to get his pension, his NSSF contribution, somewhere in Ajabito, in Mandera, in Asha, in Tana River, that these services can be available in those places, then we'll be making the right, we'll be in the right direction, and will make the work of the President of Kenya much, much easier than it is at the moment. So jameni, kibarua ni ngumu at the moment, ni ngumu sana, because we are not doing enough. ni ngumu sana because we are not doing enough. As a ministry, we, for those who may be concerned with the issues of the payroll, or maybe you are not concerned with the issues of the payroll, but you can communicate this to your fellow colleague. We have directed that all the agencies, government agencies in the Republic of Kenya must onboard themselves with Human Resource Information System, all of them. If they are not going to do so, a month from now, we will not pay salaries to your agency. If you are not going to onboard on Human Resource Information System, which is government of Kenya, national payroll, where it is domiciled, we will not pay after a month. Hatutalipa. Because a lot of money has been lost through these disjointed systems, payment system. Too much money through allowances, through claims, through double payment and other things. So we can't be raising money, getting money from revenues, we lose some money there, then whatever we get, we lose more during the payment of salaries and allowances. So that is clear, that is communication which has been made. We are going to continue shouting about it. We must all be onboarded on one national payroll system, which is known as Human Resource Information System. For those who are coming from Directorate of Immigration, it is true, passports are a security document. But passport in other countries like China is a 5-minute thing, and you have your passport and you go home. Passport services should also be available at Huduma Centres across the Republic of Kenya. Passport, whether it's a security document or not, also is the same as ID. Let them be available at Huduma Centres. Finally, Kenyans have complained about corruption in registration of persons. Do you have any person from National Registration, National Bureau of Registration? Do you have anybody here? We don't have. Yes. There is a lot of complaint from Kenyans as far as birth certificates and IDs and death certificates is concerned. That for you to get a birth certificate, you must pay some extra money. To get death certificate, you pay some extra money. To get the ID, you pay extra money. This must be conveyed to those, to the people at National Registration Bureau, because even if Huduma Centres offers, there is some work which is done at the back office of National Registration Bureau. Am I right? So the issues of asking for any facilitation with 200, 500, 1,000, hiyo ikome kabisa. It should not be happening. It is wrong. It should not be happening. It should not be happening.
And so that you truly have a feeling of what I mean when I say we truly are grateful for the services that you offer. You have enabled Huduma Kenya become a brand. It's not about we in the Secretariat, it's the services that you offer. Just know this, that sometimes you may receive a crown, and you look at that crown, and you're wondering, am I deserving of this crown? As you sit on this table today, I want to say everybody here is a winner of a crown because of that service that you offer to the Kenyans. But we sit here in a few minutes for me to say this. We are gathered in this room today to dialogue again, have us talking to one another, looking at the main rationale why Huduma Centres were created. For me, the buzzword is convenience. Huduma Centres are supposed to be a one-stop shop, meaning they're supposed to be convenient, bringing government service to every Kenyan wherever they are. It does not matter the quantities and the numbers that we see. It is the service that we have offered. I believe along our discussions, we shall then understand why it is important for us to look at the convenience other than the numbers of the people or the clients that we may serve. Having said that, it's also good as a preamble for us also to align with the fact that Huduma Centres were supposed to make it convenient for the Kenyans, not to travel from one place to another to seek the government services. But above all, my dear colleagues, those of us who serve the public, is that Huduma Centres were supposed to cure the digital divide. You know, in this era of digitalization, there's a Kenyan deep down in Mandera or in the village where I was born, known as Ematende, Ishikoe, Ebuhulunya, Ishirere, Kakamega. There's my grandmother there who needs the services, but she cannot handle that digital device. So why are you there? To bridge that divide. Therefore, we need to work together. We need to collaborate. And the main reason of it is to create the resilience and momentum required to deliver.
Number one, Waziri, is the traditional model where we expect MDAs to deploy their staff. Option number two is the one that we've been also asking them to offer to do what we call the universal public servant. So that if you do not have staff, or you think that customer traffic at a center is low, then utilize our staff. And this staff is because he'll be able to handle about 5 MDAs or more. So he'll not be idle, he'll be utilized. If your staff are 2 per week, another MDA staff will be 3 per week, another one will be 4 per week. Our one staff will be able to be well utilized at that center because he's handling various services. The third model, Wazir, that we are advocating is the deployment of what we are calling a ministerial public servant. A ministerial public servant is one officer from the ministry who will represent all the MDAs within the ministry and services of the ministry, who can be trained across board within the ministry so that he can sit there and handle all the front-facing services offered by the ministry, including its MDAs. This is another option that we are giving if you do not want to utilize our Huduma Kenya public servant. And this ministerial public servant can be trained so that he's aware, he has all those he is aware of all those services offered within that ministry. So that is the option, or you can choose our universal agent. The reason, Waziri, we are here is to engage these officers from the MDAs so that we are finally able to meet the constitutional mandate that we are given, that we are supposed to offer services to all Kenyans without discriminating and without marginalizing them, Waziri. So Huduma Kenya remains committed to ensure inclusive, equitable, and accessible public service delivery through an integrated one-stop shop model that brings government services closer to our citizens.